Okay, we're gearing up, guys. Give me 1 second. We're going to get started in a minute here. Day five of the launch and enrollment period for the Healing Compass program. We're going to give people a few minutes to arrive. Here we go. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, day five of the enrollment period for the Healing Compass program. Today is the last day to enroll. And if you enroll, we have some special bonuses that you will be getting as part of the enrollment to the Healing Compass program. And so just a quick recap. The Healing Compass program is specifically teaching you how to learn a more natural way to overcome depression and to reclaim your health and your mental health. And when you join the Healing Compass program, we are including a special bonus offering that is worth almost $1,000. So it's $997, and it's free and a bonus for you if you join today. In the bonus, you're going to get a lifetime access to our Pathways course that we've been offering on Psychable. It's basically a roadmap to true integration and how to overcome depression naturally. You'll learn the 12 key fundamental principles that go to helping you shift out of these depressive states and start to allow your body to finally start healing. The other bonus is going to be detoxing with coffee enemas and the benefits and the step-by-step guide. So as part of the 12 principles of healing and overcoming depression naturally, it touches on detox and also the parasite cleanse, which really kind of go hand in hand there. So when you are doing detox and parasite cleanse and you layer the coffee enemas on top of it, it actually accelerates the cleansing process and therefore the healing process. The other bonus is you're going to get this Eat This, Not That guide, which is a complete non-inflammatory foods guide. So when you look at the studies out there, there is a correlation with inflammation tied to depression. So we're going to break it down step by step, right? Because oftentimes what we find is that there's so much contradictory information, or there's an overwhelming amount of information out there. And so we distill it down to a really simple guide of what you should stay with that are non-inflammatory foods versus ones that are inflammatory. Okay, the fourth one is a medication tapering advice from a pharmacist. And so if you are on any medications or you're concerned of any contraindications, we have a pharmacist on our team that will be joining us as part of our program and will be taking us through and answering any questions around medication tapering. So all of these bonuses and resources are yours when you join and sign up today. And this is the last chance, right? It's the last chance for enrolling in this cohort for the rest of this year. The doors are going to be closing tonight by midnight Eastern time and will not be open for a while. So imagine where you can be in just a few months if you decide to prioritize your well-being and your mental health. And I encourage you not to wait and to grab your spot while you still can. So you can visit and join us at join.psychable.com/HCP. So I'll post the links to there. And so today, I wanted to just go through a couple of things and some questions that we've been having come in. And yeah, just start answering some questions that I've been seeing more and more of around the program. So before we go into questions, I just wanted to maybe touch on a few points here today. And it's really being able to understand that how you see your life determines what is possible for you. And you're the only one who can determine what that possibility is for yourself. And so if you set self-limiting beliefs, that's all that the life around you will amount to, right? But if you see life as full and unlimited possibilities and potential, nothing is going to stop you. And I think that is so critical because when I have worked with the hundreds of clients that I have in my private practice, one of the fundamental things that it boils down to is this idea of the mindset, right? And really the difference between the clients who succeed and the clients that don't, the ones who succeed are the ones that believe that they are going to overcome whatever challenges they're dealing with in their life. So whether it's issues with depression or specifically even addiction issues, I've worked with a lot of individuals who have had chaotic relationships with harmful substances. And the ones that recover and no longer partake in those harmful substances are the ones that believe that they can overcome it. So it really, I think there's a big component around that aspect of it. Obviously, there are more nuances beneath the layers, but one of the key things that we see in terms of success is those that believe it is possible. The other point I was going to address on today is, this whole concept around problems, right? Like, oh, I have a problem with this, or I have a problem with this person, or I have these problems at work. And so the only problem you have is to think that you shouldn't have problems. And really the invitation here is to reframe even the word problem, because the word problem, think about the weight that it carries. Think about that energy that it carries. And perhaps the invitation here is to shift the word problem to challenge, right? We're always up for a challenge. And if we can just shift that narrative, shift that word to this is a challenge, then it's a challenge that we can overcome. It's a challenge that we can meet, and we can, overcome those challenges that are in our way. And so, in life, right, we spend all of our time and our energy focusing on problems. And guess what? When you're putting and feeding that energy into problems, that is more of what you will get. And so instead, really people who are able to succeed in overcoming these problems, challenges, are really, able to really see it in terms of that they're really, it's a perspective, it's a potential illusion, and that it's all sort of unavoidable and inevitable, right? But without these problems, or challenges, you know, that's the very nature of life, right? We're going to experience problems. We're going to experience challenges. And so that energy of then freaking out or complaining or, you know, taking more of that sort of victim mentality, you know, that is an opportunity to really ask, well, what's the opportunity here? Where is the opportunity? What is the lesson here for me? What is it teaching me? Being able to really tap into that inner teacher, inner guide within you to ask and introspect, like, what are these opportunities for me, and how do I meet them in this challenge, right? And what is it preparing me for? How am I going to grow and evolve from this? And when we're facing things like being in states of depression, oftentimes we feel like it's like this endless cycle that we're always in. It's just kind of this constant loop, right? And so what we really need to realize is, okay, in this feeling, in this state, what is this teaching me? What is it telling me? And oftentimes it's not just going to reveal itself overnight. Oftentimes it's a process. It's a slow process of unfolding and unraveling what that is, and being able to really see it for what it is, right? And so what's really beautiful about things of like various healing modalities like meditation, breath work, you know, working with, you know, if you plant medicines or microdosing, is that it allows us to really sort of reset and like clear out the cobwebs, and be able to see clearly at those challenges and those things for what they truly are. And so part of the Healing Compass program, we're going to teach you how to really understand all of these modalities and how to incorporate what is right for you in your life. Speaking of breath work, so save the date for next Friday. We are at 12 p.m. Eastern time, 9 a.m. Pacific time. We are going to be teaching a workshop on some ancient breathing techniques that are going to help shift you out of the states of anxiety, out of the states of feeling depressed, and really start resourcing you. And when you start learning these breathwork techniques, you can feel more self-empowered to deploy these tools for yourself, and it's free and available to you at any given time. And the result of that, coming from you know, the hundreds of clients that I've worked with, has been extraordinary. They're like, oh, I'm so much calmer coming out of these this sort of breath work session. I feel more energized. I feel like I can meet the day more now, feeling more resourced and having more capacity. So I invite you to join us next Friday if you are, you know, looking for just a way to experience the first, like a first baby step of the Healing Compass program. So let's see, what else has been coming up? Hello, Michelle. Thank you for joining us. We're talking about the Healing Compass program today. Today's the last day to enroll. And really the idea is how to teach you so you can learn how to heal and overcome depression naturally. Okay, so we talked about energy, right? This spending the same amount of energy. Think about it. We're spending about the same amount of energy worrying about something, and we can actually take the same amount of energy to actually take action and start doing things, right? And so these are all the various tools and the resources that we are going to be empowering you as part of the Healing Compass program. Okay, so let's jump into some questions, because I know some of you had some questions about the Healing Compass program. We had addressed a couple of other ones this week, and so I invite you to go onto our YouTube channel to access the other videos, or you can go on our page in the FAQ section, and we've been aggregating all your questions there as well. All right. One question is, I'm concerned about privacy. How discreet is a group format, right? So the Healing Compass program, we have group work, we have a group work component, and we're going to be resourcing you by teaching you the 12 principles in a live module format. And then every month, we're going to check in once a month to make sure that we have that accountability piece and make sure that you are feeling resourced and able to implement those changes in your life so you can start to heal. And so one thing I want to emphasize is we do prioritize your privacy and we understand its importance, especially for professionals in high profile positions. We have a lot of those clients that we work with in our private practice. And so how we ensure discretion is obviously, you control the level of your participation. And so while group interaction is a key component, you can decide how much you want to share, right? And we will have group guidelines, group containers, and we also have a zero tolerance policy. So if anybody steps out of those guidelines, then unfortunately, they will not be able to participate. So our private community is only exclusively open to our members, so it really allows you to share only what you're obviously comfortable with. And at the beginning of the program, we're going to, like I said, share a very comprehensive set of privacy and safety guidelines, right? We know that at the foundation of this work to help you heal is to provide you safety. That is the most critical key component, because when you have that safety, then you can start expanding from there. And then you can also be more comfortable showing up fully as you are. And so these guidelines outline our expectations for maintaining confidentiality and respect within the group. And like I said, we have a zero tolerance policy for any privacy breaches. Any members who violate our privacy guidelines will be immediately removed from the community and our program. And so this multi-layered approach really ensures the safety and the confidentiality where, again, you can focus on your healing without those concerns. Excuse me. All right. And if you're watching live with us, please feel free to comment and send in any other questions that you might have about the Healing Compass program. Today, like I said, is the last day to enroll. So yeah, bring on those questions. Okay, the other question is, can I participate in the Healing Compass program if I'm currently on medication? The answer is yes. You can participate in the Healing Compass program while you're on medication, SSRIs, antidepressants. We do have a pharmacist on our team that, as part of the bonus of joining the Healing Compass program today, you will have access to, having this consultation advice with the pharmacist, and she will be going through medication tapering. So given saying that, it is also important to consult with a more holistic minded provider before making any changes to your medication regimen. And so while the program, we emphasize natural approaches and it supports you in making more informed decisions about your health, the program is really designed to support you at any stage of your healing journey. And I have personally used the protocols and all of the information that we're going to be disseminating in the Healing Compass program successfully with the hundreds of clients that I have worked with in my private practice to help our clients heal without medications and also assist those considering tapering off of them, and also support those recovering from any sort of withdrawal symptoms after stopping those medications. So yeah, we believe that it's never too late to benefit from what we are offering in the Healing Compass program. And know that the program does not require you to stop or taper off your medications. But if you want to heal in a more natural way, we do offer that path as well. So many of our clients also explore sort of the medication tapering after completing our 3 and 6 month individualized programs too. So yeah, preparing the body and mind is crucial before considering any changes to your medication. And tapering is highly individualized. So, we don't necessarily provide the specifics of it, but we can resource you with the information so you can make the most informed decision for yourself. So, the other question I have coming in is, what should I do if I have physical illness along with mental health concerns? So again, it's really important to consult a more holistic minded provider before starting the program. This program is not intended to diagnose or treat any diseases. You may have unique also dietary needs that you have to keep in mind. So we know that everyone's situation is different. But I will say that people who have gone through our protocols and our programs, they have not only been able to overcome depression naturally, it has also started resolving autoimmune issues, any sort of chronic pain, um, and uh, and also, while we don't, this is not something we come out with, but they have also lost the weight from their body that they haven't been able to lose because their bodies have always been in this constant state of inflammation and been really bloated. So the other question we have is it necessary to get approval from my doctor? So yeah, let's take a moment to address that. Since conventional medical training often doesn't go deep enough or cover the depths of an integrative approach extensively, we feel like consulting with a traditional MD might not provide the exact clarity you need. So we recommend working with a more holistic practitioner that's skilled in functional and nutritional healing, or even psychedelic assisted therapy. And you can find referral links in our directory on psychable.com. And you can find some resources from there as well. The other questions we get, there are two other ones that I'll address. What if it's beyond my budget? So we want you to be part of this program and be able to invest in yourself. So if finances are a concern, we do offer a scholarship program. We encourage you to use the Healing Compass program to help improve your financial situation, right? And perhaps even be able to sponsor someone in the future. So there is a link on our landing page where you can send us an email for a full or partial scholarship. The last question on here is, does insurance cover this? So we get this question a lot, and our services are currently paid out of pocket. Unfortunately, most insurance plans do not cover typically holistic or non-traditional therapy program like ours. And you may be able to check with your HSA or FSA under coaching. However, you may need a letter of necessity. And at this time, we don't necessarily have additional details around that. So we are, however, in the process of setting up the ability to accept HSA and FSA. And we will be sure to let you know and keep you posted when that option becomes available. So, all right. Like I said, today is the last day where we are closing the doors to the Healing Compass program. And it is going to end tonight at midnight. And part of joining our program is you will get some special bonuses that are valued up to $1,000. You're going to get that lifetime access to the Pathways course, which is the roadmap to true integration and overcoming depression naturally. It covers the 12 key principles in healing depression naturally. 2, you're going to get the Detox with Coffee Enema benefits guide, as well as the step-by-step guide in how to do coffee enemas that complement the detoxing and the parasite cleanse process. 2, the Eat This, Not That guide, which is a complete non-inflammatory food guide. And then lastly, the medication tapering advice from our pharmacist. So let's take a moment to just I wanted just to address like why the Healing Compass program and what was the impetus of it. So it was not only created out of like my own necessity and need because I have been dealing with depression probably, I would say a good solid 30 years of my life. Um, but really then doing a decade of deep research and study and working with some of the top healing specialists in the world to bring this all together and really put it in a practical step by step with all the protocols and the templates and really think of this as kind of like, okay, if I want to get well, what is the system, right? What is that operating system that's going to support me so I'm actually taking the right actions to enable myself to heal, right? So one thing we have to understand is our body is it's always in a state of wanting to heal. But what tends to happen is we have so much external input, whether that's through our food or water or the chemicals that are coming into our body, that it's creating more toxic burden in our body so that it's creating this more stagnant state. And so we're just caught in this endless cycle of not being able to heal. And so all of the tools and the resources in the program that we're providing is to help you and enable the body to start to heal. And oftentimes it's overwhelming, right? And what's really beautiful about this program is that it meets you where you are at. So if you come into the program and you're like, hey, I just want to start focusing on nutrition, great. We're going to resource you with all the information, the practical step-by-step guide on how to really learn how to eat right so you're actually starting to recover. Some people are like, I want to start doing microdosing. And so great. We have all of the protocols, the checklists, the templates, all of that to help you learn how to microdose. But before even doing that, preparing your body to receive that that medicine, that sacred medicine, all the way to what you do during and then post, right? When you come out of those experiences, what are the things that we need to definitely take in consideration when you're coming out of these more heightened states of consciousness? So, in these states, you're gonna hear your truths coming forward. You're gonna have more epiphanies. And so part of the thing that integration does, it allows you to glean all of those lessons and be able to apply it into your day-to-day life and become the embodiment of these lessons, of these work. I have to times compare it metaphorically to like, people who go to church, for example, and you go to Sunday sermon and you sit there and you listen to the pastor and the pastor say, treat others like you would like to be treated, right? Whatever that sermon was, that takeaway was, and then you come out of church and you're driving off the parking lot and someone cuts you off and then you just lose it, right? And so are you treating others the way you want to be treated, right? And so this whole idea is how to integrate, how to embody, how to really implement those learnings into your day-to-day life. So now you can start creating more of a shift and into a more healthier state, into a state of well-being. So that's I think that's what I have for you today. And really it's just the biggest thing is we're just encouraging those of you that are tuning in that if you feel like this is now the time for you to make those changes and you are taking that seriously, the Healing Compass was made for you and with you in mind. So we have we've made it very accessible and we have various payment options if this is something that you are seriously considering. And so you have by today, midnight Eastern, to make that decision. So and then also want to say, save the date for next Friday. We'll be sending out an email here shortly for those that have been on our wait list. If you're interested in joining, we have a free workshop around HCP and also teaching you some ancient breathwork techniques that even in a span of 5 minutes time shifts you from the state of anxiousness and just intrusive noises to a state that is more calmer and to a state that really gives you more energy and more clarity. And so people who are interested in even doing psychedelics and plant medicine, oftentimes we introduce these methods and these breathing techniques to really help them introduce this to the work so they understand what it feels like to be more in connection with yourself, what it feels like to be in a more kind of expansive state of consciousness and to even have more awareness. So it's a very powerful, very potent tool. If you're interested in joining us next Friday, feel free to comment and leave a message with HCP, or I'm also going to post that link after our live into the description area. All right, everyone, that is it for me today. I'm going to jump on IG Live here shortly. So if you'd like to continue this conversation in a live format, feel free to join me there. It's at JEMIESAEKOO. And then we will also be posting it via psychable.com. All right, everyone, thank you for joining me today. It is so wonderful to have you here with me. I encourage you to check out our Healing Compass program. The URL for that is join.psychable.com/HCP, and Psychable is spelled PSYCHABLE. All right, that's it. Many blessings to you, and I look forward to seeing you inside our program. Bye-bye.